Hello, everyone. My name is Joseph Pendergast, and I have the privilege to be here and talk about the Great Barrier Reef along the east coast of Australia. There are many different things happening to the reef when it comes to damaging it. The state of the reef has not been doing very well. Many different variants have been hurting the reef. The barrier reef has been losing its coral since 1985, and it has lost over half its cover since then. Climate change has been a huge coral killer in Australia. This confirms human impacts on the climate are the primary driver of its long-term warming in the coral sea. The study also highlighted that even if world were to limit global warming to the Paris Agreement's target of 1.5 degrees Celsius, 70 to 90% of the corals on the reefs would still be lost. There has been such a heat increase in the water and from sun rays that is damaging the reefs. Temperatures are rising on our land and in the oceans, caused primarily by increase of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide levels have been rising steadily for more than 100 years due to mainly to the burning of fossil fuels, trapping more heat in our atmosphere and contributing to climate change. Also, pollution is a huge factor in the damage and change of the Great Barrier Reef. It's a lot of trash and plastics in the ocean, but there is also damage from boats or ships. This is the fifth mass bleaching event the Great Barrier Reef has experienced in just 8 years, and the 2024 event is feared to be the most widespread and damaging date. The coral crisis is a climate crisis. We must act urgently to stop burning fossil fuels or we will lose coral reefs worldwide. Pepe Clark, WWF Oceans practice leader. The hurt in the use of fossil fuels is also damaging the reef and other reefs worldwide. The last effect on the Great Barrier Reef that I'm covering is damaging coral reefs within them as a habitat. There is also coral damaging starfish named the crown of thorn starfish. It damages the coral while multiplying and destroying the coral. It eats the coral. The coral's crown of thorn starfish consume coral by extending their stomach away from their bodies, enveloping the corals with their stomachs and digesting the tissue. These animals can be an important part of the ecosystem when thriving in normal numbers as they focus on consuming the faster growing coral while allowing the slower growing coral a chance to thrive. Sadly, crown of thorn starfish become a serious problem for coral reefs when there is an outbreak. When 15 or more crown of thorn starfish are found in 1 hectare area or 10,000 square meters. During an outbreak, crown of thorn starfish can stripe a reef of nearly 90% of living coral tissue, causing irritable damage. The coral is the main habitat for these starfish, so they just live out their life cycle and destroy the coral. The Great Barrier Reef is a huge wonder of the world that needs to be protected. There are more than these 3 factors of global warming, pollution, and damage the coral crown of thorn starfish. The global warming factors of the change in degrees Celsius and its chipping away from the reefs need to be stopped. The pollution of fossil fuels left with the trash polluted in the ocean getting caught in the reef, long-term damaging them, has to be resolved with our communities cleaning the environment. Lastly, with the pesky crown of thorn starfish taking over the coral reef as its home is damaging it heavily. Therefore, we should try to relocate these starfish to a non-coral environment. All of these factors can tolerate to damaging the reefs, and they need to be stopped. The Great Barrier Reef is such a world attraction because of its beauty and needs to be protected.